Hi everyone. Welcome to the lesson study on routine argument writing, or creating a culture of argument. My name is Beth Reimer, and I am the co-director of the Ohio Writing Project at Miami University in Ohio, and I am also a member of the National Writing Project's CRWP leadership team. And in our study today, in this little video, I want to do three things. One, I want to introduce the idea of routine argument writing and creating a culture of argument writing. Two, I want to let you know how it all is going to happen during this lesson study. And three, I want to get us started on our first sharing of thinking. So first of all, what is routine argument writing anyway, and what does it mean to create a culture of argument? So this is an idea that's dear to my heart because I was one of those students that didn't always love reading literature or poetry. I did it, but you wouldn't find me snuggled in my bedroom doing that. But you would find me arguing around the dinner table about the world with my family, or you would find me reading Time magazine to see what was going on, or staying up on Friday night to watch 2020 to see what the latest conversation in the world was. And I think there are a lot of students like me in our classrooms, students that are engaged by stories and literature, and students that are engaged by arguments and what's going on in the world. And that they're at the perfect time as middle school students and high school students to think about their world, to notice there are lots of perspectives and the conversations are wide-ranging. And I think our classroom is a perfect place to help students learn how to have those conversations about gray areas, how to have those conversations to understand perspectives and thoughts on ideas in the world and issues. And what better place than our classrooms to teach students how to read and think and understand perspective, and then to come to their own claims and stances after doing so. So routine argument writing functions on the same idea that anything does when you learn it. There's a couple things that happen when you learn something, right? You have to be motivated, so you want to do it. You have to be taught how through models or mentors or experts, and you have to practice. When I think about my daughters playing piano or playing soccer or tennis, there's a reason they don't get much better from one Thursday to the other Thursday for piano practice if they don't practice. It sounds just the same if they don't take that time to practice in the middle. Same is true with sports or anything that we've ever learned how to do well. Even teaching, right? We had to practice a lot to even get to where we are as teachers. So argument writing is just the same. We can't expect one moment in time to help students to teach them how to do everything that an argument writer would do, all of the habits. We can't expect one moment in time for students to practice. How do you look at the arguments? How do you find an argument that matters to you? How do you look at other people's claims? How do you make your own claim? How do you practice? So routine argument writing means throughout the whole year, you're setting up places in your classrooms that are predictable and routine so students can practice argument skills. Sometimes those are small, close to home, personal arguments, and sometimes they're revisions of longer arguments. So we'll talk about all of that. In doing so, what we get to do is create a culture of argument in our classroom. A culture of people considering other people's perspectives, thinking about the conversations in the world, deciding on their own stance based on what they've learned, and we are smart arguers. So that's what I mean by creating a culture of argument through routine argument writing. In this lesson study, we're going to try it and see what it looks like in a couple of ways. First, I'm going to ask you to let's talk about the lesson study. So the lesson study, every day I'll post a new try it, a new way that students might imagine and practice the skills of arguers. You'll find that under try it number 1, try it number 2, try it number 3 in this argument tab. And you can take these back to your classroom and try them. You can try them yourself, or you could come up with other ways that we might be able to try this kind of argument writing. So look for those later today and throughout the week, and heck, all year long. For right now, under this video, in the comments, Let's go ahead and start collecting some thoughts that we'll use at the end of this lesson study. Let's collect some thoughts about two things. One, the why. Why would we want to make time in our classroom for routine argument writing, to create a culture of argument? If you have an idea, go ahead and put it in the comment, why, and then throw your idea out there. Or maybe you have an idea of what it looks like. I love that question. What would routine argument writing look like? What would you see teachers doing if you walked in and routine argument writing? What would you see students doing if routine argument writing was going on? If a classroom had a culture of argument, what are the moves that the teacher and the student would be doing on a routine basis? Go ahead and add your why and your how it would look underneath this video in comments, and at the end of the week, we'll return to this for a rationale and a plan. Happy arguing this week. I can't wait to see what we do.